Hello students, today we will study groove geometry, and before that we were discussing the topic that what are the parameters influencing yarn structure and quality of rotor spun yarns. In this we have already studied some process parameters. So basically there are two types of factors which affect structure and quality of rotor spun yarns. First is process parameter of rotor spinning, and second is fiber characteristics. And in this process parameter, there are different parameters: opening roller wire profile, opening roller speed, then rotor dia, then rotor wall angle, then rotor groove angle, and then shape of rotor groove, and then draw nozzle. So we are studying all these points. Till now we have studied opening roller wire profile and opening roller speed, their effect of rotor speed, effect of rotor dia, and now we are studying the geometry of the groove. Rotor wall angle effect we have already studied. So in this we have already discussed the wire profile for cotton and man-made fiber. Man-made fibers requires gentle opening, and opening roller speed should also be optimized so that better fiber individualization is achieved, and rotor speed should also be judiciously selected, and effect of rotor dia for every fiber. The rotor dia will be different. It will depend upon fiber length, type of material, and it should be selected in such a way that average yarn tension should be 10 to 20% of the average yarn strength. Centrifugal force acting on the fibers at the sliding wall is proportional to n square d. We have already studied, and then we studied rotor dia for different rotor speeds. As the rotor becomes smaller, we can increase the speeds. For 28 mm, we can go up to 1,50,000 RPM of the rotor. In the last lecture, rotor wall angle we have studied. So rotor wall angle is generally 12 to 50 degree, and we have also studied the rotor groove angle, which is generally lying 30 to 60 degree. So wide groove will give us the soft and voluminous and low strength yarn, whereas narrow groove will give us compact, strong yarn with low hairiness and hard handle. So it is not only the rotor groove angle, but groove geometry is also important. So today we will study this groove geometry. So we are starting with the T rotor. So in this T rotor, there is narrow groove angle and small groove radii. So generally it is used for smooth weaving yarns, and it all generally results in regular and good tenacity yarns. So we can say T rotor is used for weaving yarns. Then comes K rotor. So this type of rotor is having narrow groove angle and smaller groove radii, and It is generally used for weaving yarns, and it results in smooth yarns with regularity, and it is having good tenacity. So we can say that T and K rotors are used for weaving yarns and for regular yarns, for good tenacity yarns and smooth yarns. Then comes G rotor. It is having narrow groove angle with large groove radii, and this is generally used for all types of bulky knitting yarns. In the knitting yarns, we require some bulky yarns where the diameter of the yarn is more. So this G rotor is having narrow groove angle with large groove radii, which results in the bulky yarns. Then comes the U rotor. U rotor, as its name suggests, it is having wide groove angle, and it is used for bulky knitting yarns, and it is used for denim yarns of cotton and cotton man-made fiber blends. So U rotor, we can say, is having wide groove angle. And in addition to these, we are having some other groove geometries also. That is TC rotor. It is an extension of T rotor. It is same as T rotor, but with large groove angle. We have already studied that in T rotor, small groove, narrow groove angle is there, but this is, in this case, large groove angle is there and groove radii is there. So this is used for high quality denim yarns. In the same way, there is another DS rotor. So it is used for very coarse yarns. If the count is coarser than 10's count, DS rotor is used, and it results in bulky knitting yarns. Then comes GM rotor. It is also extension of this GM rotor, G rotor. So this is same as G with large groove angle. In G rotor, narrow groove angle is there, but in GM rotor, larger groove angle is there and radius. So this is used for fine counts cotton. Okay, for fine counts cotton, this GM rotor is used. Then comes V rotor. So this kind of rotor is used for synthetic fibers like polyester and viscose. This V rotor is used for man-made fibers. So this information is taken from two books. Number one, Ritter Spinning Systems, written by H. Talder, Rotor Spinning System, and another is Encute publication. So we can now conclude that depending upon the type of the fiber and the count to be spun, whether it is fine or coarse count, we can have different types of groove geometry. So we can conclude that T and K rotors are having small groove radii and groove angle, and they results in weaving yarns with regularity and good tenacity. A G rotor, narrow groove angle and used for bulky knitting yarns because it is having large groove radii. So U rotor also used for bulky knitting yarns, and it is having wide groove angle and used for cotton and man-made fibers. Extension of T rotor is TC rotor, same as T rotor but larger groove angle. DS rotor is also used for count courses at 10 for preparing bulky yarns. GM rotor is also same as G rotor but with large groove angle and used for fine counts. And V rotor is used for synthetic fibers like polyester and viscose. So with this, we finish our today's lecture, and we will continue our discussions regarding the parameters influencing the structure and properties of rotor spun yarns. Thank you.